hardly explain to you that, on the stipend of a country parson, it has not been an easy task to feed, clothe, and educate 5 growing girls. Janet, therefore, who, I may add, has always been considered the beauty of the family, decided 10 months ago to seek her fortune elsewhere. We did our best to dissuade her, but she is a high-spirited girl, and, having made up her mind, refused to alter it. She also pointed out that not only would there be one less mouth to feed, but, should she be able to obtain employment of even a moderately lucrative nature, she would be able to make a modest but undoubtedly helpful contribution towards the household expenses. Janet did carry out her intention and left us, going presumably to London. I write presumably, because she refused most firmly to give us her address, saying that not until she was securely established in her new life, whatever that should be, would she allow us even to communicate with her, in case we might persuade her, in the event of her not meeting with initial success, to give up and come home again. She did, however, write to us occasionally herself, and the postmark was always London, though the postal district varied with almost every letter. From these letters we gathered that, though remaining confident and cheerful, she had not yet succeeded in obtaining a post of the kind she desired. She had, however, she told us, found employment sufficiently remunerative to allow her to keep herself in comparative comfort, though she never mentioned the precise nature of the work in which she was engaged. She had been in the habit of writing to us about once a week or so, but 6 weeks ago her letters ceased, and we have not heard a word from her since. It may be that there is no cause for alarm, but alarm I do feel nevertheless. Janet is an affectionate girl and a good daughter, and I cannot believe that, knowing the distress it would cause us, she would willingly have omitted to let us hear from her in this way. I cannot help feeling that either her letters have been going astray, or else the poor girl has met with an accident of some sort. My reasons, sir, for troubling you with all this are as follows. I am perhaps an old-fashioned man, but I do not care to approach the police in the matter and have Janet traced, when probably there is no more the matter than an old man's foolish fancies. And I am quite sure that, assuming these fancies to have no foundation, Janet would much resent the police poking their noses into her affairs. On the other hand, if there has been an accident, the fact is almost certain to be known at the offices of a paper such as the Daily Courier. I have therefore determined, after considerable reflection, to trespass upon your kindness, on which of course I have no claim at all, to the extent of asking you to make discreet inquiries of such of your colleagues as might be expected to know, and acquaint me with the result. In this way, recourse to the police may still be avoided, and news given me of my poor girl without unpleasant publicity or officialism. If you prefer to have nothing to do with my request, I beg of you to let me know, and I will put the matter to the police at once. If, on the other hand, you are so kind as to humour an old man, any words of gratitude on my part become almost superfluous. Yours truly, A. E. Manners. P.S. I enclose a snapshot of Janet taken 2 years ago, the only one we have. The poor old bird, Roger commented mentally, as he reached the end of this lengthy letter written in a small, crabbed handwriting, which was not too easy to decipher. But I wonder whether he realizes that there are about 8,000 accidents in the streets of London every 12 months. This is going to be a pretty difficult little job. He looked inside the envelope again and drew out the snapshot. Amateur snapshots have a humorous name, but they are seldom really as bad as reputed. This one was a fair average specimen.